All right, so today we're going to take a deep dive into negotiation,
Okay.
but from like a totally different perspective.
Mm.
We always hear about, those like step-by-step guides.
Right, the frameworks.
Yeah, exactly, like the rigid rules you got to follow.
Yeah.
Well, the source we're looking at today kind of throws all that out the window.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's saying negotiation is less about science
Mm.
and more about art.
Okay. I like where this is going.
Right. Like you got to be able to adapt and adjust on the fly.
Makes sense.
So our mission today is to unpack this idea,
Oh.
see if it holds water, and maybe even shift how we think about negotiating.
I mean,
All right, so the source really emphasizes how dynamic negotiation is.
absolutely.
It even uses this phrase, du mouvement de l'adaptation du feeling.
Oh, yeah. Love that.
Right, it's all about movement and adaptation and feeling it out.
Exactly. Like, you can't just be stuck in your head with some predetermined plan.
Totally, and I think that's what the source is warning us about.
Mm.
Like being so focused on some technique that you miss what's actually happening.
Yeah, you get so caught up in your notes.
Right.
You completely tune out the other person.
It's like you said, being present in the moment.
Huge.
That's key. And the source even cautions against se concentrer sur des checklists au lieu d'être à l'écoute.
Okay, so basically don't get bogged down in checklists.
Yeah, you got to actually listen to the other person.
Makes sense.
Be present. Pick up on those subtle cues.
Those are gold.
Exactly.
A hesitation, a change in tone.
Right, even like a shift in posture.
It all means something.
And the source says we need to capter les signaux, repérer les ouvertures, saisir les opportunités en temps réel.
Wow, that's a mouthful.
I know, right? But it's powerful.
I'm basically saying you have to seize the moment.
Be in the flow.
Catch the wave.
Yeah, and write it.
I'm totally picturing a surfer now.
Me too. But it makes you wonder what happens when you come up against someone
Oh, yeah?
who's not playing by the rules.
Right, someone who's totally unpredictable.
Yeah, the source actually uses the phrase qui joue hors cadre.
So like someone who's going off script.
Exactly, and that can really throw you off.
Especially if you're relying on some rigid framework.
For sure, because like the source says, la vraie négociation ne se passe jamais comme dans les manuels.
Ah, ain't that the truth?
Right. Real life is messy and unpredictable.
It's like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole.
Sometimes you just gotta go with the flow.
Adapt and improvise.
Exactly, and trust your gut.
That feeling the source was talking about.
Right. So I think the takeaway here
Yeah,
is that negotiation isn't just about following a script.
agreed.
It's about being present, being flexible, and trusting your instincts.
Absolutely. You got to be able to read the room.
So next time you're in a negotiation,
Mm-hmm.
instead of getting caught up in your head,
Yeah.
really try to turn into the other person.
Be present.
Notice those subtle cues.
And don't be afraid to deviate from the plan.
Exactly. You never know what might happen.
That's the beauty of it. And who knows, you might just surprise yourself.
And get a better outcome.
Food for thought, right.
Definitely.
All right, well, that wraps up our deep dive for today.
Awesome.
Hope you enjoyed it.
I did.
See you next time.